Hey guys, we're at the 2024 ICAST Show. We're actually going to do a sneak peek at the Best of Show showcase, and we're going to be one of the first ones to get in. So let's go check out what they got this year.
Just for you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go start off on the wall and see what we got this year at the Best of Show showcase. So this is always one of the biggest, most exciting things to see at the show every year. It's all the best stuff that all the companies want to submit for the Best of Show, and see who's going to win the awards over the year. So let's go down the wall and see what we got here. Looks like a bunch of saltwater stuff in this section. Saltwater stuff. I know Joey will get mad if we start playing with that stuff. Let's see. Let's find some. Oh, right here. What we got here? Evergreen Last Ace. We already checked these out with Daiwa. This is a really cool minnow for like doing the jig head minnow, but you can also use it for your vibrating jig trailer, scroungers, all kinds of stuff. This is a really cool bait. Then we got, looks like Strike King's homing minnow. So this is another one that we got to see early. So you guys doing forward-facing sonar fishing. Here's a new minnow bait that looks like it's from Strike King. Z-Man. So I think this must be all new swim baits and stuff. So Z-Man's got this new Shadtron swim bait. So they came out that mullet bait a few years ago, and we were super stoked on it. And we said, man, you guys should really make a shad bait. And they for sure made it this year. It's a line through system. Check that thing out. So line through comes out, so increase your hookup ratio and not tear your bait up as much. This is a really cool bait, and it's got 2 sizes in it. So there's actually a little one too. I'm probably a little bit more pumped about that one. Just looks more like the shad in our area versus some of the ones that are in some of the other lakes. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Daniel, check this one out. This is one I've been waiting for a long time. So the shad-shaped swimmer from Yamamoto. So if you're familiar with the shad-shaped worm, it's always had a little pintail on it. Now they have a little swim bait. So, I mean, you're gonna get all the great Yamamoto colors, but this one I'm actually really, really pumped about. They got it in a bunch of sizes. I think it's gonna be great for like underspins and little ball heads. Just something super, super finessey. Look at the tail on that thing. So that tail on it's kind of like it's kind of squared off. It's a little bit different than a lot of the other swim baits. So it's gonna have, I think it's gonna have really cool action, but still say kind of finesse. So see what else we got. Oh, we got the Furenzy. Check this thing out, this new mouse from Lunkerhunt. They call it the Furenzy, but it's really has like a fur on the outside. Dang, touch it. See what check it out. You want to pet it, huh? So it looks just like a live mouse, and that hook gap on there is intense. So you're gonna get tons of bite. Looks like LiveTarget's got a new frog. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Here's our buyer for LiveTarget. Check it out. Your new frog bait's here from LiveTarget.
It's a good one. The colors on this are very nice. I can see a lot of strikes.
Probably throw it on like an EWG or like a double hook or something like that. But dude, that's a cool looking frog bait.
It's very good.
Have you seen anything else cool so far?
I just got my ballot. I'm going to vote here. I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land of the new product showcase, and some of the stuff I've already seen, but there's a lot of surprises here. So.
All right, we're gonna keep doing the lap around and see what else we can find. Oh, there's more of these things coming out this year, like that little dice baits are from Hayabusa. There's more and more of those coming out. More stuff. See what else we got here. See, like there's more of these dice baits. There's like another one from Geecrack. So I think these ones came out earlier in the year, but this one's like a round ball. So it's got, all the skirting through the middle of it. These are like really cool looking baits. Super interesting way to fish. Something super finessey. I haven't tried yet, but definitely something I want to look into. Something broke back there. This one, the new Driftfry. This has probably been, one of the hardest baits to keep in stock all year for live scope fishing, FFS fishing. This is, super realistic, and that bill on there gets it to roll side to side, but Jackall's knocked out of the park with this, and I think there's been quite a bit of money already won on this one this year. Let's see what else we got. From Geecrack, and they've got, I already saw these earlier in the year, these, the new Bellows gills, but they're elastomer, so they just have more stretch on them, and they're not gonna tear up as much as some of the old, like the old Geecrack materials. Here we got from Missile Baits, a little 3.0 Spunk Shad, little tiny guys right there. I think we saw one of these with Matt Allen and Tim yesterday. These are really cool, small little baits, just super finessey. Micro D-bomb, another one that we saw yesterday. But dude, tiny little bait for bait finesse fishing. Let's see what else we got down here. Mooch minnow. So here's the Mooch minnow from Rapala. So I mean, another one. There's been tons and tons of money won on this thing this year, and just that little finessey tail gets really subtle action on it. And let's see. Oh, drip minnow. This is the first time I actually got to see one of these. These are small little minnow baits. They have just like a little pin tail on them, but man, that thing's super realistic looking, and it's power bait, so it's gonna have a ton of scent on it. So nice bait with a bunch of power bait scent. It's gonna be perfect for all the forward-facing sonar fishing. What do we got here? Anything possible? Freshwater lures. This is a drop shot kit. This is cool. You know, from Perfection Lures, they always give you like these really cool kits that have, you know, a couple baits in it, but this has got some hooks and some weights in it. That's a nice little kit, so you don't have to buy a bunch of extra stuff. See what else we got here, Daniel. Oh, from Fishlab, these new BBZ baits. I think the regular crew's over there filming the full interview with Bill Seamantel right now, but this is a sweet swim bait, 6-incher, 3-piece body. It's got just really realistic finishes on it. I think they've come in multiple options with slow sink and fast sink floating, but the detailing on this thing is really nice. A little bit more reinforced than some of the older style ones, but if you need a little swim bait, 6-inch guy for you. See what else we got. Oh, look at this thing. I wanted to see one of these swim baits. I saw these. These are made out of aluminum, I believe. So the whole bait is made out of, the outside of it's made out of aluminum. That's why they call it cyber bait, but glide bait. And it's got that sweet chrome finish. Probably be good for like those blueback herring lakes and places where they really like the chrome finishes. Combat Rat. That was one that came out this year, earlier in the year. So a big rat bait. We had a lot of demand for these. These are actually in stock right now. You can buy them right now if you want to. Let's see. Jowler. Big topwater bait from Rapala. So right now, if you're looking for schooling fish, summertime fishing, something that casts a mile and walks and just throws a ton of water, it's gonna be a good one to check out. All right. See what else we got. Oh, from Strike King. This is the Flatliner, Hardliner, little flat-sided lipless crankbait. But man, they really went after, you know, making that small kind of small profile, like flat-sided, almost balsa style crank, but it's got a little rattle in it. And then it's gonna be more durable than, you know, old school balsa style baits. So really cool little crankbait. It's got a nice circuit board bill on it, but definitely gonna be a sweet cold water crankbait. And when you got a lot of pressure, when there's a lot of people, so this will help you out when you just need a more finessey action. What else do we got here? Evo. New Z-Man Evo chatterbait. I think this one's a tungsten head. Yeah, so it's a tungsten head, but man, look how refined they did these new vibrating jigs, chatterbaits. They even put some flake on the blades. They hand tie the skirts with wire and then that keeper on there, so you can put all your Elastec on there and it's not going to come off. It's going to be almost impossible to pull it down. So if you're looking for new chatterbait, I mean, Z-Man's always coming out with the latest and greatest in the vibrating jigs. That one's really cool. What is this stuff? There's some interesting things, you know, I've never seen this before, but another vibrating jig with that weird shaped head and a hand-tied skirt. Super interesting, never seen that before. What else we got here? Oh, the Micro 45 from Spro. I think this is one we haven't actually seen yet in person, but we just knew that Spro was coming out with it. But that Little John crankbait has been deadly over the years, and now you got something that's just way smaller, more compact, and just be fun to throw. Probably going to catch panfish and bluegill, in all kinds of different species. But again, a little finessey little crankbait, an already proven design, but now a more compact profile. Let's keep walking around and see what else we can find here. This all looks like boating accessories. Oh, our buddy from Fitzgerald, the mega bag. See a new way bag? Fitzgerald's got a new way bag. I'm gonna skip over a couple rows. What we got here? So here's a new jig head, Limitless Fish brands. So it's a jig head, but it's got like a solid ring on the front, so it probably helps the bait swing side to side more when you're doing forward-facing sonar. That's cool. Buckeye. Oh, these just showed up. I remember right before we left for the show, these actually showed up, and I was super impressed with this. This is gonna be something that's super interesting to throw. So you can screw lock your swim bait onto that head, and then you got a treble hook on there. But it's gonna allow your swim bait to move around and just have a bunch more action. And then having a treble hook on there, I've been playing around with stuff that has treble hooks on it with my swim baits, with the line through heads, and adding that treble hook. And man, I feel like the hookup ratio has been way better, especially with spotted bass. You know, having that treble hook on there, hook way more fish, and then it's not tearing your swim baits up. So your swim baits up here free swinging, but you're getting them on that hook, and you're not threading anything through the middle of the bait, which gets torn up by fish pretty often. Say, look at that thing. I know we're not carrying that from Tackle Warehouse, but man, look at that swivel. That thing is serious. It's probably like a 400-pound strength. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, check this thing out. This is one that I've been waiting to see, actually, because I've only seen a picture of this. This one's from BKK. I forgot the name. It's the Permalock. But man, this one is super cool. So this is one I've been really pumped to see actually at the show. So this hook, it's got this tungsten weight on there, so you can actually thread the head of whatever bait you want, and then rig it up fully weedless, so it completely hides that weight. I think this is going to be really cool for fishing like weightless soft plastic jerk baits, and they even showed pictures of it rigged up with like a Cinco. All your Minnow style baits, but having something fully weedless, and it's kind of like a medium gap hook, but it's got that slick coating on it. I almost stabbed myself, but that is a really cool hook design. I've been waiting to see it all year. Got here. Oh, Great Lakes Finesse. We saw that one with Matt and Tim yesterday as well. So a new forward-facing style jig head that's got like a flat bottom on it that matches up with their little minnow bait perfectly and gets it to rest on the bottom. But those guys are saying it really enhances the action of that bait and gets that bait to glide, and just matches up with that little minnow bait kind of perfect, as you see the bottom of it right there. But really nice little jig head there from Great Lakes Finesse. We got here Pure Fish hybrid hook. There's another one we haven't seen this year. Small little jig heads, but all this Berkley, the Fusion 19 stuff, the hooks on these things are really, really nice. I like that keeper on there. It's probably gonna hold plastics on there really well. And look at, they got the weights. You probably can't see it, Daniel, through the camera, but they got the weights stamped on the bottom with the size of the hook and the weight, so you know what size you got. Let's see here. The monster jig, we saw that one yesterday too. So if you're looking for just the most giant jig you can get, throw whatever kind of soft plastics you want on there, just a giant swim jig. It really replicates, you know, if you're trying to mimic something big like a hitch or a trout or something that's bigger and longer profile, I mean, that thing is gonna be the ticket for you if you really want that monster style jig. Let's go back around, see what else we got. Gomexus stinger hook. Oh, this one's cool. I saw an image of this one. It's got our buddy Brent Ayler on it. But what they did with that is they built this one for drop shot fishing. And with that barb in the middle of the shank, you know, it's for drop shot fishing, but for threading on your minnow style baits. So I know a lot of guys up north, when they go to all the smallmouth fisheries and you're fishing those small kind of minnow style baits on a drop shot, they've put that keeper on there so it actually holds on there really well. So most companies just have the keeper up there at the top, and it doesn't hold the baits on there really well if you're trying to rig it up on a drop shot and thread it on so you have the hook point through the body. So that should help with that a lot. And then what else they got here? These guys, little circle hooks for crankbaits. The little eye on there is switched, so you can run a circle hook on a crankbait and run your crankbait through grass. And then a couple little new hooks, the Worm 34R and then the Hydrol. This one I think is really cool with the swivel built in. So they built these around fishing the scat style baits or the poop baits, those high density big stick baits that are really thick. So it's got the right bend for that, but the swivel on there, you know, when you're reeling stuff up on a long cast that's weightless, you can tend to get a lot of spin in your line, and that swivel should help eliminate some of those line twists. But a cool design that should help with you know, fishing flukes and Cincos and all kinds of stuff. X8 braid, and if you haven't checked it out, go over to our website. We did a full rundown with our friends over from Daiwa, who are actually the ones making this X braided line. This is actually the finesse one, and it's crazy how thin it is. I mean, this is 4-pound diameter, but it feels like a piece of silk. But it's really cool, really exciting, new braided line. We have a bunch of different stuff, I believe, multiple colors, and then different size line classes, but different configurations. I believe there's a sinking braid, an X8, and then this new finesse one. Spro. Our buddies at Spro are making line now, so they have a new fluorocarbon out. So we barely found out about this just a few days ago, right before the show. Sid over there from Spro told us they got a new fluorocarbon line out. It is a high-end fluorocarbon, Japanese fluorocarbon they're bringing in. So something exciting. Spro's adding more line to their lineup. They started with braid, I believe, a few years ago, and now they got a nice fluorocarbon to add to the mix. Seagar. Seagar's got some new line. So the new Pounce. This stuff is a new leader material from Seagar. And what was cool about this one, I know it came in at like a lower price point than most of your other Seagar lines. So comes in, you know, I believe it's like 10 or 12 bucks for a spool, and it comes 6 to 15 pound. So more for your smaller finesse applications, but great product from Seagar at a great price. And they came back out. These were released at the classic R18. We actually got to test this stuff, and it's literally insane how strong this is. It is a high-end fluorocarbon line. Like, it is not cheap, but I'll tell you from firsthand experience testing it, I was flipping 20 pound with it and getting fish out of cover that I would never flip fluorocarbon into. Just don't want to see how long it would take to break. And you would flip it into stuff and never even get a nick in it. So it's expensive, but if you try it, it's worth the money. And then Grand Max, their new high-end fluorocarbon leader material. I've actually been using this out on saltwater, and it's crazy strong and thin diameter. I've been pretty stoked about that one. Let's see what else we got here. More kinds of line, more line. Oh, more line from Daiwa, another one that was cool. We talked to our buddies over at Daiwa. They have a new J-Floor, but a full 200-yard spool, and it's an affordable price point. So I didn't know about this. Joey was testing it over the summer, and he said that he liked it a lot. Let's see. New braid from Yozuri, new super braid. I believe we just got these now in the 600-yard spools. I think we've only carried them in the past in 300-yard spools, but now we got these bigger spool options. See what else we got. You want to go over there? We'll go hit the rods real quick, see what else we got. There's all kinds of cool stuff in this show. Electric trolling motors and outboards. Start down here. Got TFO. New rod from TFO was the Centra series. So actually, I only knew that we had, only just heard about the name of this one. We actually hadn't got to see this one yet. Dude, this is a sharp looking rod, nice EVA handle on it, and cork, or EVA and cork split grip. But man, really sharp looking rod. These are made in the USA, I know that. But I know we got scheduled, we're gonna go over to the TFO booth, so we should get a full rundown on all the details of that series of rods. So what other rods we got? Lee Sports, Bass. Oh, St. Croix. I think they've added some new models of these physics rods. So a couple new models in those. Cashin, Icon, rather. Lose. Oh, new LFS rods. I think it's the same one. I think I said when we got all the samples of these new LFS rods were, out of the pile of Lose rods. These are the ones, without knowing anything about them, those are the ones that I grabbed out of the sample pile because I immediately gravitated towards it. Like the cosmetics of them and the handles, the way they design them, just a classic style rod. I love this style of handle with your grip up above the reel seat on the spinning rod. Super comfortable, and they're really lightweight. I think they only come in at 129 bucks, so it's pretty hard to beat on those ones. What rods we got here? Bunch of saltwater stuff. Saltwater rods. It's all slow pitch gear. Let's go over here, see what kind of reels we got. Kuma, saltwater gear. Hey, we'll ask Joey, like, hey, bring us in some electric, saltwater reels. That'd be cool. Okuma. Oh, this one's cool. I haven't got to see one of these in person yet. I know the guys are doing the interview right now, again, over the Okuma booth, so that should be one of the first videos up this year. But this is the new X Series spinning reel, man. This thing is sweet looking. I've only seen a picture of it, but holding it in hand, it feels crazy lightweight, but it feels super solid and strong. I think it's an all aluminum construction with 11 bearing system. It's crazy, crazy smooth. And then and the gears on it, I think they did something with CNC machined aluminum gears and a brass pinion gear, and then it's all aluminum arm on it. But man, that is a sharp looking reel there from Okuma in the new spinning reel category. Hopefully they win an award on that one. Oh, here's another one. It's gonna be hard to compete with this one though. The new Vanford. And this is another one that Shimano knocked out of the park. We checked this one out yesterday, and I know everyone's gonna be stoked about pre-ordering this reel, the new Vanford. It's got a bunch of the technologies that came out of the Stella, and it's crazy how light it is, and I mean, in the refinement of the gears on the inside. I think they added Silent Tune, which makes a huge difference on how smooth that reel is and just how good it feels in the hand. And we from Baits. Another cool one. Baits came out with this new Swimbait reel this year, and this is one that we've been pretty pumped about. A few of us in the office definitely want to buy one and try it out this year. But man, big 120 millimeter handle, all aluminum construction. So for a Swimbait reel, if you're looking for a new Swimbait reel, I would consider checking that one out. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, from Spro, there's a new Jason Christie reel. So this is another one that we just found out about, and this is the first time I actually got to see one and put one in my hand. And look at that giant carbon handle on it, and then these big knobs on there, all matte black construction, all flat matte black. This is a sharp looking reel that Jason Christie. I think this is a little bit more expensive, a little bit more refined than the first one he did. But in the hand, feels solid. It has a clicker on the drag, but it feels like it has a ton of power, and feels like a solid reel. It's like, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I know that we're gonna go over there and cover those and see, get the rundown from Jason Christie himself on those reels. Oh, look at that. It's a fully gold reel. I know the casking sample that we got for this was silver. I don't know if this is a special edition or what they're doing with it though, but man, look at that reel. It looks like it came out of a Star Wars movie, man. I know we don't have this one up for pre-order, if this is a special edition or what they're doing with that, but that thing is cool looking. Let's see what else we got. Oh, from Lose. This one, the new Custom Pro. The other one, gold, but not as gold as that last one. But I know they got some new brake system on here. That there's a, I think there's a centrifugal and a magnetic, but they got some new technology in it to where you can just cast it and you don't even have to thumb the spool, and it eliminates all the backlash for you. So really cool new reel. I haven't got the rundown on that one either, but would love to see the demo of it, how that thing works. Let's see. I think let's wrap up with a couple accessories. And I think it's going to wrap up most of the best of the show. Seagar. These new leader spool bags, loon line management bags. These are super sweet. So you can carry all your leader spools in there, and it even fits those small filler spools as well. And you can feed your line through it. Just makes it so much simpler. And I know the sample from the office went into my bag for this trip. So us, a bunch of us that are fishing the ponds and stuff, got all of our leader in there. And this is another one that came with us. That bulk line management bag, so you can carry your bulk spools in there, and you can feed the line right out of it. And you can even reconfigure this and organize, put some reels in there if you want, but making it easy to spool right out of the bag. Just something really cool to help keep line organized and keep it protected. And you got a lot of money invested in those 1,000-yard spools, and that's something you definitely don't want to damage. But I think it's going to wrap up our best of show preview. Let us know down in the comments what you were most excited about, what products you're most pumped to see this year, and don't forget to get in on our Viewers' Choice Awards. So you can go over to tacklewarehouse.com and you can vote on all kinds of products, what you think is the best products of the 2024 ICAST show, and make sure you check out all the coverage over the next 3 days. We're going to be doing tons of interviews, videos by different types of categories. But let us know what you guys want to see and what products you're most excited about from the 2024 ICAST show.